New York, from New Amsterdam to a colonial power. In the middle of the 17th century, the place we now call New York did not yet feel like an English city at all. It was New Amsterdam, a compact, busy, uneasy settlement at the southern tip of Manhattan, surrounded by forests, water, and uncertainty. In the 1650s, the city was already diverse, commercially ambitious, and deeply shaped by global forces far larger than itself. Life in New Amsterdam. By 1650, New Amsterdam was governed by the Dutch West India Company, not by elected citizens. Its purpose was simple: profit. Fur trading dominated the economy, connecting indigenous nations, European merchants, and Atlantic shipping routes. The streets were narrow and muddy, wooden houses clustered near the harbor. At the northern edge of the town stood a defensive barrier, a wooden wall built to protect against both native attacks and potential English invasion. That wall would later give its name to Wall Street. Despite its small size, New Amsterdam was unusually diverse for its time. Dutch settlers lived alongside Germans, Scandinavians, Sephardic Jews, free black residents, and enslaved Africans. Multiple languages were spoken daily. Religious tolerance, while imperfect, was broader than in many English colonies. Yet beneath this diversity was tension. Power rested in the hands of company officials, not the population. Corruption, poor defense, and resentment simmered for years. The English takeover. In 1664, the inevitable happened. An English fleet arrived in the harbor. Outnumbered, underfunded, and lacking support from the Dutch West India Company, New Amsterdam surrendered without a single battle. The city was renamed New York in honor of the Duke of York. Remarkably, the transition was relatively peaceful. English authorities allowed Dutch residents to keep their land, their churches, and many of their legal customs. This decision prevented mass resistance and helped preserve stability in the city. But sovereignty had changed, and with it, the future direction of the colony. A city caught between empires. Less than a decade later, during the Anglo-Dutch Wars, Dutch forces briefly reclaimed the city. For 1 year, New York became New Orange. The moment was symbolic rather than transformative. In 1674, the Treaty of Westminster returned the city permanently to English control. From that point forward, New York would develop firmly within the British imperial system. Rebellion and royal authority. Political instability reached a peak after England's Glorious Revolution. In New York, uncertainty over royal authority sparked Leisler's Rebellion, a populist uprising led by merchant Jacob Leisler. He claimed to rule in the name of the new Protestant monarchs, while elite factions opposed him fiercely. The rebellion ended with Leisler's arrest and execution. Its legacy was lasting. New York became deeply divided between elite loyalists and popular factions, a pattern that would reappear decades later during the American Revolution. In 1691, the city received a royal charter, formally establishing its municipal government. Growth, trade, and slavery. As the 18th century began, New York expanded rapidly. Its harbor connected the Caribbean, Europe, and North America. Wheat, flour, rum, sugar, and enslaved people passed through its docks. By 1711, the city opened an official slave market, cementing slavery as a central part of its economy. Enslaved Africans made up a significant portion of the population. Resistance was constant, though often hidden. In 1712, a violent uprising of enslaved people shocked the city. Harsh executions followed, tightening racial control and deepening fear among the white population. Fear and hysteria, the 1741 trials. In 1741, a series of fires triggered panic. Authorities claimed to uncover a vast conspiracy among enslaved Africans and poor whites to burn the city. Trials followed. Dozens were executed or deported. Modern historians widely agree that the conspiracy was largely imagined, fueled by fear, racism, and political anxiety. But no evidence ever emerged to confirm a real conspiracy. Only records of fear, trials, and irreversible punishment. New York by 1750. By 1750, New York had transformed. Its population approached 20,000, making it one of the largest cities in British North America. It had become a vital military and commercial hub, wealthy, crowded, diverse, and volatile. The foundations were laid for the city's future power and for its future conflicts. Between 1650 and 1750, New York evolved from a fragile trading post into a central engine of empire, shaped by commerce, conflict, diversity, and contradiction. Everything that defined the modern city was already taking root.